How's it going, everyone? Want to take you guys through some Dragon Ball Sparking Zero updates. On top of that, want to highlight the other characters that are rumored to be coming to Dragon Ball Sparking Zero in the future via updates. There's a lot of interesting ones. Some characters, I think, some people are going to be like, they should have been in the base game, so on and so forth, but with how the world works, I think, you know, it's sensible to expect a lot of characters to come via DLC. The roster that is available right now, I think, is quite good, and I think it'd be worthwhile to talk about some other characters that I would like to see. So we'll talk all about that, and I'll give you guys an update on how this game is doing from a concurrent player count as well as Steam reception. This game is still just shy of that sweet, overwhelmingly positive reception. We'll take a look at that at the end of this video. But right off the top, I do want to note this. From the Sparking Zero News Twitter account, it is noted on one of the game's pages, during a penalty, matchmaking time will increase according to the penalty level. So if you are somebody that is rage quitting in games that you are about to lose, you're about to get penalized for that. The penalty for leaving ranked matches, if done enough times, can be an indefinite suspension from ranked. If multiple penalties occur, an indefinite suspension from ranked matches may be imposed. Penalties for disconnecting will be applied uniformly, regardless of whether the disconnection was intentional or not. Penalties will gradually be lifted by completing matches normally. Please note that individual requests for penalty removal will not be accommodated. So, you know, I know that this is one of the popular things to do. Maybe not super popular. I haven't experienced it too much, but my online playtime has been limited as far as playing against, like, randoms. If I'm playing online, generally it's been with a group of friends, but if you're just going online and doing ranked matches, leaving right as you're about to get defeated or as you're getting whooped, that's just whack. Even if you're getting penalized, like, don't do that. Let the person have the satisfaction of beating you. If you got whooped legit, and the time I went online, I did immediately lose my first match. I'm not gonna DC out of, you know, spite and rage. Like, come on now. Like, just give people the just due. Do you think Goku would rage quit at the end of a match? He wouldn't. Goku would take his L like a man, you know? And then he would go back to the drawing board. He would train. He would go for the salty run back, and he would probably win after that. So that's how you should approach this. Don't be one of those types just DCing as you are about to lose. So I'm all down for this. The less DCs, the better. Obviously, there are issues that do arise. Your internet goes out. The connection is really terrible. I will say, for the most part, the games I've played with my friends have been fairly good from a connection standpoint. It's when I go online, and I usually do the quick play, just insert me into a room. That has been a 50-50 crapshoot. Like, I've been into some pretty terrible connection. I know you can filter it via, like, connection level and whatnot, and I probably should be doing that. It's just online play as far as playing with random people online. Not something I've been doing a lot of at this point, but yeah, you will be penalized if you're DCing. Alright, so moving on from that, there was this data mine that happened with a lot of characters listed for Sparking Zero that ultimately didn't make the final cut. I would highly expect these characters to be DLC content. Now, none of these look to be characters from the Sparking Zero DLC, the Season Pass 1. That is going to be characters from Super and Super Hero, and I should say Dragon Ball Super, Super Hero, and Dragon Ball Daima. Daima is the new anime series that just started airing. Insane animation that show got. I think people look at that show, they're like, bro, they gotta reanimate Dragon Ball Z from the very beginning, or even Dragon Ball, but I don't think they're gonna do that, and I thought Daima, like, I'm not that excited for it. Goku Mini is not a part of that DLC, by the way, Season Pass 1's DLC. Goku Mini is a pre-order bonus that they are selling standalone. It is $3.99, so if you didn't pre-order the game, you can get Goku Mini as well as the early unlocks for Broly and Gogeta for $4, so you know, for those of you that unfortunately didn't pre-order the game, that is the route to go for that. But the data mine characters include Supreme Kai, Pikkon, Grandpa Gohan, Nam, Android 8, Chi-Chi, King Vegeta, Fasha, Apul, Salza, Mercenary Tao, General Blue, Spike the Devilman, Pilaf Machine, Tamboon, you've got Yamu, Demon King Piccolo, Jocko, Zeno. I think a lot of, I love Zeno. Like, I'm not a big Super guy. I think Zeno is absolutely hilarious. He's gonna be OP as hell, depending on how they do bring him into the game. Grand Minister, Mai, Tagoma, Zeno's assistant, Champa, Vados. You've got Lavender, Basil, and that is who we know for the characters that have been data mined. There was also Super 17 that hopefully will be added to the game. I think there's a lot of potential of characters coming down the line. I think there's a lot of things that you can do with this game for DLC characters, and unfortunately, yes, I'm talking about DLC right now. I saw somebody comment saying, you're already talking about DLC, the game's barely been out, that's what's wrong with modern gaming. Like, bro, are you familiar with how fighting games are constructed? Like, that's how fighting games are designed. Back in the day when Tenkaichi was its heyday, how was it handled? You were getting a new Tenkaichi. Wasn't it every year? Wasn't it 2005 into 2006 into 2007 that we got all 3 of the Tenkaichi games? You're not gonna get a Sparking Zero game every year. Hell, I wouldn't expect another Sparking Zero level game until, at the very earliest, mid-PlayStation 6 generation. That's at the earliest. I see them supporting this game for years and years. Look at Xenoverse 2. Xenoverse 2, it's been 8 years since that game came out, and it's still getting DLC. That's gonna be what I expect. The same thing with Sparking Zero, that it's gonna get character rollouts, and there's a lot of options as what you can do. You can add original Dragon Ball characters, you can add Dragon Ball GT characters, there's characters from Super. If the anime does come back, there's characters from the manga that you can add. I do not think, I saw people asking for things like certain forms and whatnot that are only in the manga. You guys, until that stuff gets animated, I truly believe that's not gonna hit the video game. They're gonna wait to animate that stuff or release a movie of that stuff, and then you can expect the DLC content for it, because the reality is not enough people read and keep up with the manga, that if you announce something from the manga, yeah, there's gonna be a core level of people excited for it, but you want to correlate it with when it's being animated as well, when a movie's coming out, so you can capitalize on that momentum. Just in terms of how you should structure the release of this, that's the best way to do it. You shouldn't be rolling out manga content without it being animated. That's just, like, I know people want it. It's nonsensical from a business standpoint to do it that way. And you've already got, you know, you could do a Season Pass 1 of the content aforementioned from Super Superhero and Daima. You could do a Season Pass 2 of some legacy characters, and then, you know, we could talk about it when Season Pass 3 rolls out. Season Pass 3 would be in, like, 2026, you would think, so that's a ways away, and there's a lot of opportunity for various characters to be added. I would also think, and I don't know if they're gonna do it, a couple guest characters would be pretty cool if you could work out some deals, or you want to pay homage to Toriyama's other works. If you want to get a character from some of the other works he's done, that would be pretty cool. I think a couple guest characters would be cool, but that's obviously sometime down the line. Already with characters like this, you can roll them into a Season Pass. Now, the thing about a Season Pass is you need at least 1 or 2 characters that are gonna sell people on the Season Pass. Like, King Vegeta, probably, I'm sorry, King Vegeta, you probably ain't gonna be selling people on a Season Pass. You know, the androids from Dragon Ball Super Superhero probably ain't gonna be selling people on that Season Pass. Gohan Beast, however, is gonna sell people on the first Season Pass. You need a couple iconic characters and notable characters that really are gonna get people excited to fork over whatever it is, $20, $30 on a Season Pass. It's great to have some of the secondary and tertiary characters for sure, but you need the anchor that can carry the season. That's at least in my humble opinion as far as how it should be handled, but there's a lot of opportunities for various things that you can do, and a lot of people will look at certain characters like here, like Zeno. Some people might say that's a big enough character to anchor a Season Pass. I don't know if I would agree with that, but hey, if you wanna say that that's the case, I'm not a big DB Super guy, so take that for what you will. But there's a lot of options and possibilities with all of that. Lastly, I do want to note that the game currently on Steam is sitting at 21,536 reviews, still at that 94% positive threshold. I really hope that this game hits overwhelmingly positive, guys. It's very rare for an anime game to see this level of reception, and as somebody that's grown up playing just a wide variety of anime titles, even the trash ones like Naruto Uzumaki Chronicles and Dragon Ball Sagas, which I enjoyed Sagas back in the day, to see this level of reverence for an anime title does my heart a little bit of joy, and if we could get that to overwhelmingly positive, I think that would be a huge statement from the community about their feelings about the game. Right now, the game is hovering around 57,000 players, 57 to 60,000 players. I'm recording this 11 a.m. Eastern time, so take that for what you will. Obviously, it'll see peaks and valleys throughout that. already there's a Steam thread. Oh my god, 50k in game from 100k down to 50k. LMAO, not a surprise. Game is a quick cash grab, I think. It's far from that. The game, I feel, has quite a bit of depth, and if you are a long-time Tenkaichi fan, it's literally what you've wanted for 17 years, at least what I feel. There are certain things, people wanting cutscenes and etc., but as far as the core gameplay mechanics go, I think it's phenomenal. I just think this game is so well done, and it's targeted for people like me, you know, late 20s, 30s, even your 40s, hell, your 50s. Like, that's the age range of people that are playing this game, and a large drawing factor is the nostalgia, but I also think the single player is really well done. I think the game has a lot of depth to it, and I think there's a lot of replayability. I'm enjoying it greatly, and legitimately, it's one of my favorite games of the year, and I've played just about every major game release this year, and I think this one, you know, is among the best. Is it gonna be nominated for Game of the Year? No, it's just not gonna be. It'll probably get nominated for Fighting Game of the Year. I do think it'll be nominated for that, but I digress. Strong reception for this game continues. That's gonna do it for me. Again, penalty for leaving ring matches. Just don't be doing it. It can lead to an official suspension, and this is from the Bandai Sparking Zero support page. An indefinite suspension, I should say. As far as upcoming characters or potential characters, the first season pass is gonna take us a long way. 20 plus characters are gonna be included with that. And I feel like you could get to north of 20 characters by just using Superhero and Dragon Ball Daima, but you might be cutting it close. These characters, I think they're ultimately going to roll out in a second batch of DLC, and, you know, that's just what it is. You look at Bandai Namco's other titles they've put out in fighting games in general, they're monetized for a very long time, so take that for what you will, and Sparking Zero is still seeing a fairly strong reception on Steam. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.